Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're trying to unlock the fastest Arclight camo for the pistols in Black Ops 7, you found the video, because I'm about to show you the quickest method of all three pistols, step by step. I just finished the full pistol category live on my Twitch, including part of it during one of my 24-hour grinds, and today I'm breaking down everything you need to know to get this camo done faster than anybody else. Before we jump in, make sure you're subbed because I'm dropping guides for every weapon category, and if you want to watch these grinds live, please follow my Twitch. I stream daily and sometimes we go wild with the 24-hour sessions, but again, if you like the raw, uncut, and unedited footage, feel free to stop by there and shoot me a follow while you're at it. Links are all in the description, easier access. Without further ado, let's break down the pistols because each one has a completely different playstyle and you'll need to use them correctly if you want Arclight fast. This is the Jager 45. This is your precision pistol. The Jager 45 is insanely accurate and it hits hard, and believe it or not, it lands headshots like it's nothing. Now here's the best loadout for the Jager 45. This is what I personally used. Feel free to pause the screen if needed to get this loadout. And again, the optic is optional. I mainly use the optic just for headshots and the 3 kills without dying. Here's the Velox 5.7. This is what I call the burst demon. It's somewhat powerful, but only if you use it right. The burst can feel weird at first, and the trickier challenge at the end requires you to do a little bit of tricky stuff. Which, no worries, we can definitely get to that, but here I'm going to put the loadout on the screen. This is the exact loadout that I used. Feel free to pause if needed. And again, as always, the optic is optional. I only used it for headshots. You're more than welcome to tweak all these builds, but last but not least, we do have the Coda 9. And the Coda 9 is surprisingly a sleeper in my opinion. It's fully automatic, shockingly accurate, and by far my favorite pistol during this grind. Here's the attachments on the screen here for you. Feel free to pause if needed. And again, you're more than welcome to tweak all of these pistols to your liking. If you prefer to play without an optic, feel free to use iron sights. If you don't like that optic, feel free to switch the reticle or switch the optic. It's your choice. Now, let's talk about the key game modes of this grind. You're going to want to play hardpoint and domination, but make sure the difficulty is hardcore. This is key for any camo grind, considering all the things are one shot, one kill. That's going to help you a ton on the headshots. It's going to help you with the double kills. It's going to help you with roughly every challenge these pistols require. But again, I recommend staying in a hardcore the whole grind for each and every pistol, because it would just be dumb to go to core and get hit markers and slow your grind down. The first challenge for each pistol is going to be getting 80 headshots. Now, if you stick to the game modes I recommended, Hardcore Domination or Hardpoint, you can easily get the jump on bigger maps. Just go to their spawn with the flank, and simply enough, you can get headshots like they're free. All you have to do is just pre-fire doors, pre-fire certain angles, or high traffic areas, or simply just flank them in their spawn like I'm doing on Hardcore Domination, and you'll get the jump on them easily. You'll get shots from the back, pause, but it'll be a headshot where the enemy isn't looking at you. Probably one of the easiest headshots you'll get during the challenge. Which, here's a quick tip that I probably should have used during my camo grind for the pistols, but if the lobby or if the map is truly bad, no matter if that's spawn campers or if it's just really a rough map, feel free to swap pistols. Don't burn yourself out on one pistol and then eventually rage and then slow your grind even further. Just simply swap pistols and then do the remaining challenges that you have left on that current pistol. Simply, let's say I don't like the Velox 5.7 on this map and I'm not getting good angles, I can swap to the Jager, a semi-auto pistol, and probably do more damage and get more kills in an easier way. So feel free to swap and fluctuate these pistols just to spice things up a bit if you need to. Now here's the second challenge for the Jager 45. This will be the specialty camos, and surprisingly, they're very easy. The Diamondback is get 15 kills shortly after switching weapons, which in its own is fairly easy. The Raptor get 50 kills while moving, which surprisingly enough, it's easy as well. And then the Mainframe get a kill without taking any damage 30 times. Now, if you're a skilled player or above average player, you can easily chain these camos together and let them stack upon each kill and finish this within, I'd say, anywhere from 6 to 7 matches. 6, 7. I do sincerely apologize for the cringe meme, but in all seriousness, again, you can definitely chain these camos. Speaking from personal, perspective here, that's exactly what I did, And on Nuketown, it made it 10 times easier, but if Nuketown's not in rotation, feel free to take it to Hardcore Domination and Hardpoint and just pray for the maps like Raid, Hijacked, or even Express. Now here's the special camos for the Velox 5.7, and there's one challenge specifically that will make you want to rip your hair out and pray you never purchase the game. It's to kill 30 enemies affected by your tactical equipment, or non-lethal score streak. So, I'm going to jump into Mainframe first and, give you the guided method for that. I recommend using flashbangs, I recommend using psych grenades, I recommend using stun grenades. Now, if I were to pick a favorite, it would be the sight grenade. And here's why. When overclocked, I can pull up a little demonstration homemade for you. Now, here's the demonstration and example. The sight grenades is the best all-around tactical to use for this certain camo challenge. And if you do have a weapon later in your camo grind that requires this same camo challenge, the 30 enemies affected by your tactical, feel free to look back on this and use the sight grenade. It has the best overall radius, and it has the best overall effects. And from what I've seen and from what I calculated, that's what I was getting majority of my stun kills with, or I guess you could say enemy affected by a tactical with. Now, if you don't want to go through that nutty process of using flashbangs, sight grenades, or stun grenades, feel free to use UAVs, you could use scout pulses, and you can use HARP. Again, enemies affected by non-lethal score streak. Both and all of those are non-lethal score streaks, but there is a downside to it. If they're running Ghost, the UAV or Scout Pulse may not pick them up. And there's also a downside to the tacticals. If they're running the perk Tac Mask, well, guess what? You're not going to get the camo. I'm not sure why Treyarch hasn't fixed that yet. I do kind of find that silly considering the circumstances of the challenge, but hey, I don't make the game, I play the game. So, again, if somebody's running Tac Mask or if somebody's running Ghost, feel free to go ahead and leave that lobby and then jump into the next lobby. You're more than welcome to do this in core. I had a friend of mine personally do it in core, and he said it went by a little smoother. So, if you do want to take your chances in core, feel free to do so. But I stayed in hardcore and I used the Scout Pulse, UAV, and the Harp. And if I went on any crazy kill streaks, I'd use the Harp. The harp does last for roughly, I'd say, 25 seconds to 35 seconds. So, whatever kills you do see on the minimap or enemies you do see on your minimap that are pinged, feel free to bum rush them and take them out, because that'll be one kill towards this camo. Now that we got that out of the way, let's explain the rest of the camos. Now, that camo is definitely painful and beyond time consuming. I definitely felt like I was in agony grinding it, but one thing that kept me locked in was today's sponsor, Dubby. Now, if you've ever had those energy drinks that give you the jitters or a crash or that nasty chemical taste, maybe even chalky, Dubby is nothing like that. Dubby is clean energy, clean focused, and honestly, it tastes better than the big name energy formula that I've tried in the past. There's no sugar, no artificial flavors, no jitters, no crash, no chalky taste, no gritty texture, no weird color dyes, and it's smooth, clean taste every time. And I'm telling you, whether you're gaming, working, studying, editing, or streaming for hours like I do, Dubby just hits different. It keeps you locked in without feeling cracked out. My go-to flavors are the Beach and Peach, Dub Sludge, and the Blue Razz. And right now they're running a limited time sale. So if you use my code, you'll save a massive 30% off. And it's only valid until the end of this month, so November 30th, 2025. This is the biggest discount I think they've ever done. So if you've been thinking about trying Dubby, now is literally the best time. Links in the description. Go grab some before that sale ends. Now that we went into detail about Mainframe, let's go ahead and get Diamondback and Raptor out of the way. Diamondback is get a kill while or shortly after sliding, diving, or wall jumping 15 times. Raptor is get 30 kills while or shortly after sprinting. In hindsight, I should have ran the dual wield stock. It's where you hold two pistols, aka akimbo, and just run around the map. Simple as that. I was trolling after obtaining the Arclight camo, and believe it or not, I found great success in that. But you're more than welcome to do these separately, but you can stack them to save you a little more time. If you want my, personal recommendation, I would load into Domination or Hardpoint, both hardcore, and simply just rush the objectives. And you can either hip fire to do this while you're sliding. A good way to get this camo done proficiently would be to sprint consistently, and then when you hear an enemy or see an enemy, or you know where an enemy is going to be at, simply slide into the kill and you'll receive the achievement Low Blow. If you consistently do that throughout the match, you'll unlock the camos in no time. Last but not least, we have one of my favorite pistols during this camo grind, which is the Coda 9. We have Diamondback with the suppressor attachment equipped, get 10 eliminations. We have Raptor, get 30 hipfire kills. Then we have Mainframe, get 15 kills shortly after switching weapons. If you are a skilled enough player, I would not doubt that you could get this done in 2 to 3 games just by stacking the camos. If you want my personal guidance or my personal opinion, just like the Velox 5.7, I would run the akimbo stock, so you have 2 pistols, therefore you can't ADS and it's all hipfire kills, and I would attach a suppressor to those along with maybe a laser or a magazine, and simply do it that way. And for the 15 kills shortly after switching weapons, that can be easily done just by doing the triangle or Y spam that people do. If you've watched a Warzone video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, just go from your primary to your pistol constantly. And to know that you got a kill going towards the mainframe camo, you'll see an achievement above, just like a long shot or a headshot or a wall bang. The achievement will say hot swap. And that's how you know that you got a kill going towards that mainframe camo. That's what I was looking out for anytime I got a kill. And I roughly got this done in 2 games. This is a pretty easy challenge. But that'll wrap it up for the Coda 9. Let's get into the mastery camos. Alright, bear with me. You're in the end game now. There's 2 camos left on 3 different guns. We have Shattered Gold, which is get 3 kills without dying 10 times. And by the way, you do have to obtain gold on each pistol before obtaining Arclight. Now, for the gold camo, my method was simple. I'd bum rush the enemy spawn with the advantage of a 3-lane map. Now, with the modes like Hardcore Domination, the enemy spawn is usually either A or C, so whichever flag is theirs is also their spawn. Most maps have 3 lanes, just like Hijacked, Raid, Express, and Nuketown, but if you pick the less traffic side or lane, you'll have easy access to the enemy spawn. With that advantage, going on feeds like these will be a breeze. And if you do manage to get the whole team, which is 6 enemies, that's 2 sets of 3 kills without dying 10 times that you need for the gold. So you've already got 2 out of 10 done. And again, I recommend using the rushing spawn tactic. It's the quickest way to do this, and if you don't trust yourself on landing that 3rd shot, just hang back and play passive. There's many high traffic areas and angles that you can camp in to obtain the 3 kills without dying. Now for Arclight, 10 double kills with each pistol. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but the method I just said for gold works just as well for Arclight. I guess you could say rinse and repeat, but seriously, if you were able to pick off 3 in their spawn, I'm sure you could pick off 2 in a fast pace. Pushing and rushing the enemy spawn, you are bound to pick off 2 to 4 enemies pretty fast. Now be sure to do this in a quickly timed manner for it to register as a double kill. You could even just hang around the hardpoint or high traffic areas such as B in Hardcore Domination, which, again is usually the middle of the map, which therefore leads to high traffic. But if you'd prefer to pick a lane and bum rush the enemy spawn, be my guest. That's exactly how I did it. And well, it's hardcore, so if you're spraying and praying with a pistol, there's not much they can do while they're spawning in. Congrats, you made it to the end of the video. Now just so we can confuse the people who didn't make it this far, go ahead and comment the word pineapple just for fun and laughs. Now I hope this video was helpful and informative. If it was, be sure to go ahead and like, subscribe, and share with that friend that's still grinding out these camos. To be honest, I found it somewhat fun when I was grinding these camos during my 24-hour live stream over on Twitch. We just hit 71 followers, and my goal is 100 followers before Christmas. If you can help me hit that, it'll be greatly appreciated. You can also hang around, chat, and witness that raw chaos of this camo grind. During that stream, I managed to finish my launchers, pistols, snipers, and now I'm currently about to finish my assault rifles, so feel free to tune in if you ever catch me or see me live. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you have a blessed day or night. Take care, and as always, keep grinding, gamers.